Welcome back again, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I am the Mighty Plantain, and we got another new brew from Guinness. Well, new to me anyway. This was apparently first brewed in 1944 for export from Dublin to Antwerp. This is their Antwerpen Stout. I'm not sure if they've actually been brewing this in the meantime, but it just says here that it's a rich and robust stout, 8% ABV, so it's going to be pretty heavy. And it is part of the Brewers Project. I've seen a lot of brews from Guinness coming up under the Brewers Project showing up in the US. Like I said, not sure if these have been brewed in other countries or if they're widely distributed in Ireland. And I think that we're not going to see these last. They've been great beers, but it seems that American audiences, once you have an import label, they expect a certain thing from that import label and they kind of stick to that. Like, I don't think you'll see a lot of people asking for a Guinness and saying, well, what kind of Guinness? I think they're just going to anticipate that Guinness means the Guinness draft that we've all been so familiar with for so long because it's been their only offering. And I don't know if these are going to be really successful because of that, because we get locked into that one variety and we don't think of that particular brewery as offering different beers. Now, I really hope I'm wrong about that. I'd be pleased if I'm wrong, but just a little prediction from me. But let's check out the Antwerpen Stout. I anticipate great things. Guinness makes a really good stout, and I haven't been disappointed by any of these Brewers Project beers so far. I mean, I do like some of them better than others, but none of them has been a really bad beer. I think I had one that came out to be about average in taste and experience for me, but it wasn't actually a bad beer, or one that I disliked. So it's a little lighter, actually, than some of the Guinness stouts that I'm used to seeing. It's got a little bit of a brownish tinge around the edges where the glass is thinner. Overall, though, very dark. It's got a lighter brown head, slightly effervescent, but definitely completely opaque. Like I said, just where the glass is a little thinner, where the beer thins out a bit, you can see some light coming through, and definitely tell that it's got a brownish color versus black. Not getting much in the aroma, an overall graininess, maybe a hint of sweetness. Just a slight hint, though, and possibly some undertones of hoppiness. Just an overall hoppy bitterness. No, maybe some earthy notes, maybe. And again, that's very faint. It's a very neutral smelling beer. It's got a nice medium heavy mouthfeel. Very roasty. Hints of chocolate. It's got a medium light mouthfeel, but it's settling very heavy right here. Maybe a slight hint of sourness, but I say sourness because there's really no other way I can think to characterize the high ABV taste. But it's not as potent tasting as you'd expect from an 8%. It's pretty subdued, so they're using a lot of the roastiness in there to really cover that up, and it's working out good. I think I'm going to put this at a solid 3.5 out of 5. And again, bear in mind on a 1 to 5 scale, 2.5 is average. So this is a bit of an above average beer. For one, because the overall flavor of the beer is covering up that negative high alcohol potency flavor that I find off-putting. But there's not really a whole lot standing out from the beer to make me really say wow or go crazy about it. But it is a really good above average beer. Like I said, it's got a medium heavy mouthfeel, really roasty, hints of chocolate there, and just a slight bit of that high ABV tang, but it's mostly covered up, which is where it's getting some extra points from me. And it is sitting really heavy right here. It's kind of bricking out. So I don't think I'd be able to drink a lot of them, which is losing it a couple of points. I think if it wasn't sitting so heavy, I might be tempted to push this up to a 4 or maybe even a 4.5. But because of that, and I know I'm basically not going to have more than 2 or 3 of these in one night, maybe no more than 2. I'm pulling some points back for that. But overall, a great beer. You should check it out because that's just my opinion, and other people might have a different one. If you agree or disagree with me, hit me up in the comments. The email link down below. We'll discuss the beer. Love to hear what you have to say, your impressions of it. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video and click that little subscribe button down there. When you do that, you get a notification every time I post a new video. Hopefully they're taking some of the mystery out of your local beer cooler. You're enjoying them. Whew. Well, it's not bricking out quite so bad now, but a lot of that's gas. Whew. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.